Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks is sponsored by Echo, only professional grade with 5-year warranty. Crown, protect, maintain, save. Gas Guzzler lifts gas and oils from land, vehicles, and tools. Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you?
It's always a real treat coming out to the beautiful city of Campbell River on Vancouver Island for a logger sports competition. And this week, the event is being staged by the Campbell River Salmon Festival. Hi, I'm Bill Debo with my Lumberjack Sports co-host and analyst, Rod Cumberland. And Rod, this week covering the obstacle pole, the log birling, events that are not necessarily good for the big burly lumberjack.
Lumberjack sports are much the same as a decathlon, so the Lumberjacks had to be good at a whole host of events. These events, like obstacle pole, really level the playing field. Guys like Nick Russell that are fleet of foot stand a lot better chance winning at these events, but he's got to beat the likes of Dave McLeod, who's also phenomenal at the obstacle pole.
Now, I mentioned the log birling. In most lumberjack sports, you got to worry about just a stopwatch, not worry about the other guy. This is an event that you do have to worry about the other guy.
That's right. This is an event that actually the Lumberjacks lock antlers right on top of the log, on top of the water. We've got Mike Boyko from a long legacy of good log burlers, but there's some ladies here that are a lot more comfortable on the water than they are on land.
Well, we got an energetic crowd here at the Campbell River Salmon Festival supporting the logger sports competition. It's actually a 3-day festival where they have the novices going Friday, the intermediates on Saturday, and the pros, and here they are, on Sunday. The overall standings to this point, we got Carl Bischoff in the lead, 5 points over Sterling Hart. Now, this is Sterling Hart's chance to make a little bit of hay, along with Carl's son Carson to make some hay on the standings board, because Carl's not entered into log birling. Earlier, we had some preliminaries in log birling competition. These are the finals. Carson against Sterling, best 2 out of 3. And who's going to make it?
Oh, Sterling Hart's a hard guy to knock off the log as we watch this go round and round here. These guys are fleet of foot and they're very fast log rollers.
They have got to be very, very quick at their feet. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, they are watching each other's feet. They are watching each other's maneuvers. And look at these guys bouncing the log. How tough is that?
To stay on the log when it's going up and down as well as round and round, incredibly difficult. He's got him on his heels, and Sterling Hart's going to win the first heat.
Well, as I mentioned, you're watching the other guy's feet, and you can see when the guy loses balance a little bit, the arms go out, they lose their balance, and Sterling just puts on the brakes at the end when Carson loses it. You can see Carson off balance. Sterling just snaps the log the other way. Carson goes in, can't control it. Sterling is up 1-0 in the finals here.
You saw just how important it is to watch your opponent's feet. As soon as Sterling Hart saw that Carson was off balance and his feet weren't underneath him, he really rolled the log as quick as he could to take advantage of that and put him in the drink.
Sterling starts off very aggressively here by splashing Carson in the face, and Carson strikes back with a splash, trying to throw Sterling off. They're splashing back and forth. Carson loses it, and Sterling Hart wins the log birling competition here at the Campbell River Salmon Festival. This is world-class log rolling.
And Sterling Hart is at the top of the heap.
We've seen a lot of burlers over the years, and it's a little bit of an old guard. You might be the new guard coming in here maybe to take over. Could that be?
I guess if there's a vacancy, somebody's got to fill it, right? It's one of the fun events, right? Right at the end of the day, you're done everything. We go out there and just have as much fun as we can, right? So.
And you and Carson were having some fun with the rocking.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of the event, right? You can do anything but cross that line, rock the logs, splash water, and yeah, we tried to do all that today.
Great show there by Carson and Sterling Hart in the log birling. As we head into the Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut, the crowd is getting all gunned up. Now, this is a whole series of cuts with a chainsaw rod that you guys adapted this year in New Brunswick.
4 cuts, so you'll have to be, the 4 cookies together must be more than 4 inches, but less than 6. You have to make a 3-inch cut out of the middle of it. A 3-inch V has to be over halfway through the log. And then, of course, the long piece that you cut off has to be at least 18 inches.
And you got to stack them all up on a little ledge that you're going to actually build as well. Basically, it's a whole series of maneuvers with a chainsaw that's all souped up. Fastest time is going to win. We got Kevin against Sterling in this heat, and both guys are neck and neck at this point. Looks like Sterling has a little bit of a delay there on making his notch cut.
But boys are both working really fast here. Kevin Stewart already on the ground. They have to stack the little cookies first. The long one on top of them. It must stand for 3 seconds before they get a time.
And the key here is, of course, to have all those cookies uniform in size and be able to balance them, and they must stand for 3 seconds. Both guys are having a hard time because they don't have them cut evenly, and Sterling Hart wins the first heat with a time of 27.09. Kevin Stewart can't quite get his to go.
Again, you see the key to this whole event is the 4 cookies. They must be uniform in size. They must be relatively flat so they'll stack well. Once you get those 4 down, because that's where everything stacks on top of, you've got her made.
Here's the final heat. Dave McLeod taking on Roger Briscoe. Dave McLeod, as you call him, the old timer, but he's actually a veteran that is very well experienced in this event, and he's going to be very relaxed. Roger Briscoe right here. He also doubles as the head judge here in Campbell River, puts his hat down, picks up the competitive shirt, puts it on for the Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut.
Dave McLeod again loves this event. He must do it in his sleep, and of course it's one of the events he has here to show.
The key here is to stay relaxed. You'll say, Dave, he doesn't get the saw started in the first pull. That could cost him a second or two, and Roger is certainly a seasoned competitor.
That second or two is not going to bother Dave McLeod. Look at him run this saw. It's sharp and really sharp. Making these cuts phenomenally fast. He's into stacking already.
Yeah, he's behind Roger at this point. Roger's got a real thin one there. Dave McLeod gets his stack, and time! Dave McLeod wins the Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut in a 20.24. That was a really good job on the Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut, Dave. Just tell me what's going through your mind when you're about to start.
Bill, it's just something that, I was really concentrating. I generally cut my discs a little too thin, and I don't make the finals. Today I concentrated on cutting the proper width of discs, made it the proper width, and everything else kind of fell into place.
Getting those discs straight is also important, right?
It is, and cutting the shelf straight too. I had to cut my shelf twice this morning to get in the finals because it was really crooked this morning, and it worked out the second time.
Well, my buddy Dave McLeod from the University of New Brunswick days takes first place here in the Campbell River Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut.